And welcome back, everyone, to Iron Sharpens Iron Council. I'm Ann Smith, here to uplift humanity, or empower humanity, whichever way you want to put it. Okay, so we're back again with John Gentry, candidate for senator in Tennessee. Yes, thank you. And in this session, we're going to discuss unchecked power and John's, heart to help, remedy the situation with the government run amok. So, as right before we started, I was telling you about the starfish story, because I know people can feel kind of like overwhelmed with the sheer enormity of the problems that we're faced, with unchecked power with our government, right? So the starfish story, I always add it into the end of my courses. I've been writing courses in preparation to leave Facebook or give myself a break from social media. So I've been writing all these courses, and I add the starfish story. And the starfish story is a little girl walks along the beach, and she sees all of these starfish that are dying, hundreds thrown about, and, in shock and dismay, she started picking the starfish up one by one and throwing them back into the ocean in an effort to do something and save their lives. And an old man who was walking along the beach saw what was happening, saw what she was trying to do, and, in his wisdom, he said, you can't possibly, he's telling her, you can't possibly save them all. You can't possibly make a difference to this hundreds and hundreds of starfish. It's giving me goosebumps already because she said, here this child, out of the mouth of babes, right? This child looks up. She looks down at the beach full of starfish. She picks another one up without skipping a beat. She throws that one back into the ocean, and she said, I made a difference to that one. And so the moral of the story is just do what you can with where you are. Don't worry about the enormity and get overwhelmed. And I know that that's easier said than done, because I got caught up in the massiveness of what you're facing. How can one person change, make a difference? But you will be making a difference, just one person at a time, even if it's just you, just standing up for your own right. It makes a difference. And then you just spread that to the next person and to the next woman and to the next man, just one at a time. So I commend you for doing your part and just wanting to, help, make a difference, and so. Yeah.
Well, there's no doubt that I'm making a difference. The Tennessee Board of Judicial Conduct, and every state has a judicial oversight agency, but they don't provide oversight. I testified in the Senate. They're criminals protecting criminals is what they are. And they don't bring libel suit against me because they know I'm right and they know I can prove it to a jury. So they don't retaliate against me. But these judicial oversight agencies that they've created, they don't function as intended. And because of my testimony in the Senate, they reformed. So-called, reformed the Tennessee Board of Judicial Conduct. They got rid of some people that were on there, like the dishonorable Chris Kraft out of Memphis, judge out of Memphis. He's off of that agency now because he's been aiding and abetting crimes for quite a while here in Tennessee. Just today, as I was writing a motion, I had complained about local court rules that were unconstitutional. That was on June 12th that I complained that they were unconstitutional. I went back. The rules were revised on July 1st because of my complaint. So absolutely, one person can make a difference. Actually, I think one person can move a mountain. There was 57 who signed the Declaration of Independence. And as a result of those 57 people, we earned our independence. So far, we haven't done a very good job of maintaining the republic, but they did a good job getting it started. But it only takes a spark. But talking about that judicial oversight agency, one thing that is obvious to me is there's no check of one branch over the other of our judiciary, none whatsoever. This nation was founded upon checks and balances. The executive branch has veto power over the legislature. The legislature can override that by 2/3 majority vote. They can override and check that executive power. The judiciary clearly has authority and power to declare laws or statutes unconstitutional. And we saw with President Trump, the judges in Hawaii and in California, the circuit courts, declared that his immigration ban was unconstitutional. So clearly, the judiciary checks both the legislative and executive branches. Who's checking the judiciary? Nobody. Because if you complain to the legislature about a corrupt judge, and I'm talking like dirty corrupt judge, they don't care. They refer you back to a judicial oversight agency and say file your complaint with the judiciary. But these are just corrupt attorneys in black robes protecting other corrupt attorneys in black robes. They provide no oversight whatsoever.
Absolutely. I saw your letter. I had the exact identical response from a Maryland senator, passing the buck and saying that he couldn't help me. The exact same letter that you recently posted. Just denying. There, many of them, like the U.S. Congressman Rose that responded to me, and he said, actually, I have that letter right here. He said, as a member of Congress, I'm able to place inquiries, but federal legislators are prohibited from interfering with the courts. No, they're not. The House of Representatives has the sole power of impeachment. And I don't know of any statutory prohibition of them providing oversight. It's what they're supposed to do. It's what they're supposed to do. Yes.
You can go to the FBI and you can complain about a judge who extorted you under color of law. You can say, I got clear evidence he extorted me. And they're like, well, that's not a crime. Nothing I can do about it. And go complain to the Judicial Oversight Agency. Now, when you think about this, many of the congressmen are attorneys. And the two professions that the FBI draws from primarily is attorneys and CPAs. Most of the agents out there are CPAs, or are attorneys.
Yeah, clear conflict of interest, clear.
Yeah, you've got, it's the bar that is the heart of the problem. That is pretty much, the majority of the problem is that the bar is running the country. They're running the judiciary and they're running law enforcement. We can see that with the Peter Strzok and how he was trying to go after President Trump. They're abusing their power, or they're not exercising their power when they should, and providing any oversight. Now, it has to be common sense, and I would challenge anybody out there, any judge, any attorney, to show me how is there a check of judicial power. There isn't any. And when you have a branch of government that is unchecked, you can just expect corruption, because they know they're not accountable. They're above the law.
Do you have a path or a plan that you care to share to restore, a balance of power within the government?
Absolutely. Yeah, well, there's two ways that I'm doing it. Is I'm restoring the right of the people to petition for redress of grievance by address of remonstrance. We talked about that in another segment. This is the prime. the right of petition, it's in the First Amendment. It was one of the first things they thought of. It goes back to the 12th century Magna Carta, where they said that citizens have a right to petition. And in the 16th century, the House of Commons in England ruled that even commoners have the right to prepare and present petitions. So we have a right to go to our government. And when I say petition, this is not a piece of paper that you hand around to your friends and neighbors, or that you go out and get people to sign. That is not what a petition is. In the First Amendment, a petition is a formal written protest against government policy or government officials. You know, James Madison did a petition of remonstrance on the freedom of religion in the United States Congress. And these are rare. You know, they haven't been done since the 1800s, but I'm fighting like hell to restore and preserve that right here in Tennessee, and other people across this country are starting to file petitions of remonstrances with their General Assembly to hold bad actor judges accountable. Now, what we're finding is that the state General Assemblies, the House and Senate, are also controlled by the bar, and so they're ignoring these. And so now I have a petition for a writ of mandamus in Chancery Court asking the General Assembly to do their job. What it takes to be successful is a mind that you will never quit. Under any circumstance, you will not give up. You will not surrender the fight, that you will keep going no matter what comes. You know, they tried to extort me under color of law, and had they been successful, they would have sold my house. I might have ended up homeless as a result. And I wrote in my pleadings, if I have to dig paper out of a trash can and scribble it on a piece of paper and come into the federal courthouse stinking and sweating of the street, I will be heard. You know, that's my resolve. I won't quit. So if my mandamus is denied, then I'll go to a United States congressman and I will demand that they file my petition of remonstrance with the United States Congress to force the state Congress, the state General Assembly, to do their job. I will remonstrate to the President of the United States, to the Department of Justice. I will continue to educate people and have them do the same, as well as join me on my side and to add their voice to the work that I'm doing. This is how we start to take back our government. And as I mentioned in the other segment, is we need good people to run for office. So if you know somebody who you think would be good in office, encourage them to get in there and run. You know, right now what we've got is just a bunch of people that want to make an easy buck running for office, who are hungry for power. We need good people, you know, to get in there and run for office. And if you can't find anybody, do it yourself. You know, so that's why I'm running for the state Senate, because there's nobody good to vote for. You know, if not me, then who?
Yes, we need the numbers, people. We just want to encourage you that one can make a difference. One good man, one good woman. Just do what you can with where you are, even if you have to start at the local level. Again, it's on the table for me. I know that it's something that's in my heart, near and dear to my heart. I just have to make up my mind to decide which race I'm going to get in there and begin to run. But you can make a difference. I mean, I'm just here to encourage everyone to know that, you know, your voice is the most powerful thing that you have. If you just use your voice that you have to try to make a difference in your life, but also to reach out to the masses. That's how we're going to change things. Otherwise, we're going to spend another 100 years complaining again. So just get in there, get in the race, or support people who are in the race, and let's replace these bad actors. So that's my speech. That's my real quick encouragement. It is a very daunting thought, you know, to know that this, you know, they have had 200 years of this run. And so I know and I get why people can feel overwhelmed, but it starts with us at the ground level. I mean, look at people like, you know, Martin Luther King Jr., Gandhi, Mother Teresa. You know, these were just one people, just one man, just one woman with a heart to help. That's it. That's, if you want to help, you are qualified. Don't wait for someone else to try to qualify you. You're qualified if you have the heart to help. So that's all it really takes. And I just commend you, John. I just you know, I can't support you enough, and I just thank you for stepping out, because I know that the need is great, and you're trying to do, you know, your part. I'm trying to do my small part with this channel, and trying to encourage people, and just it's all about uplifting, you know, giving hope. So that's pretty much the segment. Okay, so did you have any final words before we close out?
No, well, you know, something simple, you know, to start raising awareness is just start sharing, you know, share this video on social media. You know, talk to your neighbors about, you know, do they have the same concerns? So even something just as simple as sharing a post or sharing a video, you know, raises awareness. And people are not so helpless, and they start to learn that others are fighting back and know how to fight back. And that gives, I tell you, there are so many people, they humble me, but they, you know, they'll send me a little message that you know, the work that I'm doing has given them hope, that the Republic hasn't completely failed yet. And so, you know, that gives me strength every day, you know, to continue the fight out there. But just sharing these posts, that other people know that somebody's fighting, you know, to restore the Republic, to restore due process, to restore state official and judicial accountability, it gives people hope, you know, that somebody's doing something about it. And, you know, you getting this YouTube channel, you know, you guys out there can do the same thing, you know, and support this work here too. So every little bit, every little thing makes a difference. It only takes a spark.
Absolutely. Thank you so much again for doing the work that you do, having the heart to give, and you know, and just wanting to make a difference. That's all I'm here to do. I am not any savior by any stretch of the imagination. I'm just doing my one small part, and I just want to be a part of the solution. And you know, this is what you know, placed placed in my heart, you know, to give. And you know, I have my moments. I have my days when I feel like it's not doing any bit of good, and then I just, you know, snap out of it, and I say, look, you know, I'll inevitably get a phone call or a message or something that, you know, reignites that fire in me to just continue to fight, because I know how overwhelming the task can be. But we will win. We will win, just one family at a time, one task at a time, one event, one win, one candidate at a time, and we just keep it going, and we just you know, keep growing from there. It just takes one post to go viral. It just takes one video to get 1 million likes. I mean, you just never know what it's gonna, you know, when the tables are gonna start really turning. So thank you again. Be encouraged out there. If you like this video, please give it a like and a thumbs up. Please subscribe to the channel. That's how we grow. And hit the post notification button so that you won't miss an upload. Until next time, be safe, everybody. Peace, bliss, and positive vibes only in the comments. I will read all of the comments, but negative comments will not be responded to. There's just not enough time in the day. There's just not enough time. So thank you so much again, John. Just hope for tomorrow. There's always hope. There's always hope. So thank you, guys. We'll see you next video. Take care. Goodbye.